Okay, this is going to be a super quick video going over the water skimmer walker design concept that I came up with around the time when walkers were first getting popular. So I have two designs. They're basically the exact same thing. I don't think the logic is anything new to anybody. I'm just putting this out there in case someone in the Robocraft to Walker Discord kind of channel can get something out of it and use it for a more modern design. I think the joint layout here is fairly novel. It doesn't allow for a great, you know, body build. You kind of have to break up the build a little bit, but the idea was you're able to jump because you hinge. The leg contact is decided by the body hinge, and then the actual leg power stroke isn't driven from the body, it's driven for each leg. So, and that also allows you to use a larger arc. So here I've gone all the way out to 60. Unfortunately, the walk cycle that you need to get a nice good speed going only consumes a very tiny portion of that arc. So I don't think that really was as helpful as I thought it would be. I think if the vehicle were lighter and the legs were lighter, you might be able to get more benefit out of a larger arc, but that didn't end up being the case. I'm going to quickly go over the logic and what it does and everything. You guys can decide if there's anything actually useful here. This build is extremely heavy. I'll go over to the other one, which is lighter. When I was prototyping this, it obviously jumped a lot better, but here you can see it half decently jumps. I'll let it land and go again. So obviously it's a bit front heavy for this design. And you can get it to jump quite high if you didn't have as much armor on it. This is way too much Latium. And it moves half decently, and then there's just the usual. I don't think this is anything new. Like I said, there's basically passive, or not passive turning, but you know, while you're walking, you can basically selectively, if you're using forward and back, it selectively deactivates one side or the other for like fine steering. And then of course you can turn on a dime like any of the other builds. This one doesn't turn quite that well. The other one turns a little bit better at the cost of not being able to jump. So let's quickly go back over the logic. Although I think I'll skip to the new one when looking at the logic. Yeah, I think this one has the old logic, so let's go look at the new one, which is just exactly the same function with slightly better logic. Just grab this and move it out here. Alright, there we go. So I'm just gonna basically pop all these open. I don't think there's anything new here, just to give the layout if anybody wants to see it. And I think you could probably improve on this. It's fairly low CPU for all the options it gives. So that's the layout here. I'll let you get a good look at that. And then to the seat. And then the seat to the legs and everything. I don't think these individual legs have, yeah, they're purely going to the logic itself. So it's just these joints that are getting a partial connection to the body. So don't know if there's anything novel there. This one behaves a little better. Although I think I'm going to kick the logic now. I've moved it out between the legs. We'll see. So same... Oh, that looks like it's fine. Yeah, so same kind of concept. This one moves a little bit better, and it also turns a little bit better. Kind of bobbles around. And then, of course, I was attempting to just use the flat body design similar to what the modern walkers have with their rotor in the middle. But it can still kind of jump. This one's lighter. I could probably build the slots into the body and could jump even further, but so that's about that. I think you could basically have a sort of improved version of this where you only consume 2 joints per leg. I think you could probably have something like the body here, and then you could have your servo, and then you could probably have the hinge here. And that's a pretty big stack to put in the body, but I'm sure someone can figure something good out, right? And then your legs would just be one solid axis here. And that way you get the basically the same motion as this, except the sides aren't split, so you would have less turning options, I think. Yeah. But it would be more legs at a lower cost. You're basically saving one joint per pair. So, oh well, those are my thoughts. If someone wants to spend the time on it, go right ahead. Hopefully there's something actually useful here. If not, whatever. Alright, have a good one.